Guys, today we are going to learn how to be an author. We're going to create a plot line for a story, and there's simple steps to follow to make the plot line of a story. You can turn it into a short story, you can turn it into a giant novel, do whatever you want with it, but we're just making the plot. Okay, first thing you need is this paper like the one here. And so we're going to label it story plot. So yeah. And so I'm just going to underline that because I like to underline my titles. And then we're going to place... Well, no. So first we're going to write genre because you kind of need to know what genre you want to make it. I'm going to say genre. And then you can choose from maybe science fiction, realistic fiction, fantasy, nonfiction. I don't know, but I am going to do science fiction because I like science fiction. So the next thing is the type. Like, if it's science fiction, is it like another galaxy? Is it like time travel? Is it things like that? So mine is gonna be time travel. After we do type, we're gonna start thinking of characters. So you know what kind of book it's gonna be. You need some characters. So you got to explain who they are. Not really their personality, but like who they are. So I'm gonna have Caitlin, I don't know, Macabre, for example. And she is she's gonna be a scientist. And then Sydney Tanner. And that'll be maybe Caitlin's best friend or something. And then maybe just one more, so these are maybe the two main characters, but you're going to need one to tie the whole story together. So, Jordan McLean. And he'll be Sydney's boyfriend, because you need some drama. So, now you have like your main characters, but you're also going to need some secondary characters that like kind of like make the story happen, because you can't just only have those characters. So I'm going to say, you don't have to explain these, just write them. So, Harry Tanner, and that can be Sydney's brother, but I don't have to write that. Since it's time travel, you're going to need to encounter some people in the past or the future. So, I'm going to put, Tony and Tanner. That sounds weird, but oh well. That can be like her ancestor or someone. And then maybe you could think of some more characters and just leave some space for them. And next thing we're going to do is we are going to think of some main actions that happen in the movie. Main actions. When you do main actions, you want to do them in a specific order, unless you're just listing random things, and then you'll probably put them in an order, like sequential order. So, first thing, I'm just gonna kind of not summarize it, but just some things that affect the movie. Or book. So just simple things like this. So by now you kind of have like characters and actions and stuff, but we need a setting. So that will be our next thing we do. But a setting includes many things. So we're going to want date. So mine would be, I'm just not going to really put dates, I'm just going to brainstorm some years. So it mainly takes place in 2015. And maybe 1920. One more, 21. So these are just some these are the main dates. These are the main dates. But if you want some additional ones, like maybe they stop in 2000 or something. So, yeah. Then after dates, you want place. All mine takes place in one town, and that town is called Brightport. Now, it can either be real or fictional. So this is the fictional part, but real part is California. So that's real. So you want some fictional places and then maybe some reals. Like in Harry Potter, Hogwarts isn't a real place, but it's in London, and London is a real place. So you want some fake, some real places. And then other things for setting, maybe what goes on during the setting. So, I don't know what goes on. I don't know what to call that. So, maybe if they mess up the future, something like a war could happen. Maybe. So, in a lot of books and movies, there is always some kind of backstory that they tell in the beginning, and sometimes it just, like, for this, like, maybe there's a character in 2015, and you meet the ancestors or descendants in, the future or something, or ancestors would be in the past. So we're just gonna have, I was gonna say backstory. Backstories. / maybe you want epilogue or prose. How do you spell? I'm just gonna guess. I'm not actually sure. Okay. So me, I'll just choose a character or something. Maybe it's a friend, like Casey or something. Then Casey needs a last name. How about Churchill. So these are just some things, and maybe, yeah. And last but not least, you are going to have to generate you got it, a title. Because you can't just make a title before you plan out the story. You're going to have to find the main thing. What you're going to do is you're going to look back and you're going to say, so, my story is about time travel, and I'm just going to say these are like maybe teenagers or something, so teenagers. So mine's basically about going to the past and messing up the future and having to fix the present in the past. Okay, that's confusing. So mine basically needs to include something like time. Has to include something about time. So in my book, they travel through time. So some ideas could be, and they're in the past. So these are just some ideas. So maybe through time, maybe like from the future. I don't know. Just generate a list of random things. And so maybe some things, and sometimes the title named after there's some things it can be named after. So it could be named after the genre. It could be named after the place. Could be named after the date. Could be named after a character. There's just some things like, for example, if you're writing a book about a story, or if you're writing something about a city that's by the ocean, you could call it like the seaside city or the seaside town or something. Something just sounds cool. Like, make sure you put an adjective into the title if you want to, if you're naming it after something like this. Like, that could be place. The character could be, I don't know, but some relationship. Just some things to be named after. So you stuck through that whole thing, because, yeah. And so now you have a story plot. If you can focus that. So you have a whole story plot and everything. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.